Hello everyone and welcome to the first match of the finals of the Intel Extreme Masters Season 2. So we have reached March of 2008 and that's the time period in which we'll stay for the rest of the tournament, and we're starting with quite an interesting match, well, one of many interesting matches of course, and that's going to be between the Dutch orc player up here in the top left spawn position, Grubby, of course starting with an altar of storms and a burrow, and his opponent from the Ukraine, the Night Elf player HoT, who is spawning here in red in the bottom right spawn position. So both with an altar first, and first interesting point to mention here, HoT without Ancient of War creep. He's going for a very quick scout here with the Wisp immediately, so this very much points towards, well, the Demon Hunter first of course, and I guess there's an off chance for a Keeper first as well, but most likely a Demon Hunter and some very early harassment. Yes, it is the Demon Hunter for HoT, and for Grubby, of course it is the Blade Master. So just to quickly remind you guys, in case you have skipped the preview video for those finals, it is 2 groups with 5 players each. We'll play a round robin, so every player is gonna face each other once, well, at least, you know, within their groups. And the first ranked player is going straight to the semifinals, and to the winner bracket semifinals. And the second ranked player of a group is gonna face the third ranked player of another group to determine which of those 2 players is going to the winner bracket semifinals as well. So HoT with the Hunter Soul here, and I'm expecting an Ancient of War any second as well. So this is, well, of course, due to the fact that there is no Ancient of War creep on Twisted Meadows, which is really risk-free, and well, creeping risky against Orc early on is really, you know, often turning out to be quite painful. So HoT rather decides to go for some harassment here. The PN has now found the Night Elf base. The Wisp is coming in for a block, and he, well, cannot prevent Grubby from seeing that an Ancient of War is just being built right here, right now. So he definitely knows that this is a Hunter's build and that hunts will come eventually. I mean, there's still an off chance that this could be double Ancient of War hunts, but I guess it's very, very unlikely, especially given how many resources HoT has already. So it looks like he's just going to stick with 1 Ancient of War for the time being, which means he's going to have no interest in creeping anytime soon. He's just going to try and keep track of Grubby, whereas Grubby is going to try and avoid dealing with the Night Elf for the time being, and is just going to try and grab some experience here if he can. He's going for a pretty quick tech without shop, so that means he is not going to be able to creep anything big here. I guess only green camps maybe, or if he's able to sneak away with the grunts, then perhaps one of these small orange ones, but he really cannot afford taking any damage right now because, as I just said, he doesn't have a shop, and there is some great potential for pressure for his opponent due to the hunts, which are, you know, probably the best harassment unit on tier 1 in the entire game, and this Demon Hunter. So I guess Grubby is doing the best he can here, creeps a bit with the Blade Master. The Demon Hunter isn't going to achieve anything here. The grunts make sure that he's not going to get to this burrow to cancel it, but at the same time the DH is just forcing some PNs to be pulled into the burrows to you know, stop Grubby from harvesting lumber for a little bit. So we'll see once the Orc player reaches tier 2 how much of an impact that really had. Speaking of reaching tier 2, Grubby is a little bit ahead. We'll see if that's gonna amount to anything. Shop is being added right now. I think the 3rd hunt has now spawned, or was it just the 2nd? No, it's just the 2nd. It's 26 supplies, so no way in hell. That's only 3 hunts already, and a lot of Wisps just roaming around the map. Of course, HoT hasn't found the Blade Master here, who's going for the 3rd green camp, getting some more experience. But is there some potential for a bit of Ancient Protector aggression? I was just about to say it. And it looks like Grubby is not going to let that happen. The Wisp doesn't get detonated, so first blood for the Orc player here. The shop definitely needs to be repaired. Look at the Blade Master being down to 200 HP only, and 2 of the grunts are pretty hurt already as well, so that was definitely necessary here. Power repairing the shop, very important building to get up, and Grubby is successful in doing so. Just make sure his grunt doesn't get surrounded here. And let's see if Grubby's gonna lose the first worker here as well. No, he isn't. He reaches tier 2 with 329 lumber, so he's gonna have resources for, well, his second hero and one tier 2 blink for the time being. But I guess his building placement thus far is a little bit awkward, so he doesn't have any space in the back of his base to build his Beastery or his Spirit Lodge. Shadowhunter 2nd is coming already, but as long as the DH and those hunts are around, it's gonna be very difficult for Grubby to build, well, a tier 2 building anywhere, basically. There's no space here, I'm pretty sure of that. And I guess HoT is aware of that, and he's just sticking around here, continues being annoying. The Blade Master is retreating. By the way, both of the players have picked up the Boots of Speed at the shop. No other items have been found yet, and yeah, now Grubby can finally add the Beastery, but he's far away from having the lumber to get a second tier 2 building. In the meantime, yeah, the Demon Hunter, is he going to be able to cancel this? That would be very painful, but yeah, he's level 1 without any bonus damage, so I think that's rather unlikely. SH is also about to spawn. In the meantime, double Ancient of Lore for HoT, and immediately he's going for tier 3, and he's adding a Keeper second, so yeah, HoT is really not getting any power on tier 2 here. All he can basically do, I guess, is stay around and hope that Grubby doesn't completely out-creep him until he reaches tier 3. But then again, you know, that's gonna happen soon. So he's rushing to bears as quickly as he can, basically, with this build order. Demon Hunter Staff. The Blade Master needs to make sure not to get surrounded here. He doesn't have mana, and there is plenty of entangles available. So yeah, he needs to keep quite the distance here, and it looks like that's exactly what he's doing. In the meantime, Grubby starts creeping. And I'm curious what HoT is going to do now. Is he going to creep this? No, right? No, he's not going to creep this. So at the moment, there's 2 hunts and 2 level 1 heroes against 4 grunts and a level 2 Blade Master and a level 1 Shadow Hunter. So Grubby has got way more creeping potential. And I guess HoT is just trying to keep Grubby's hero levels at bay. Shadow Hunter has reached level 2 Talisman of Evasion for the Blade Master, but the Spirit Lodge is coming just now, and the first Raider also isn't out yet. Grubby still at 34 supply only, which is the 4 grunts and 2 heroes. First hunt might be dying here finally. No, the Demon Hunter is coming with the staff, so HoT still making sure not to lose anything. And when are his bears going to finish? Well, none has finished yet. I'm assuming he's got a depth upgrade already, as tier 3 is now about to finish. Yeah, first bear is out as well. Looks like he didn't change the rally point yet. And I think we can really see the impact of that early harassment right now. Grubby has just finished his Spirit Lodge. He hasn't even started producing anything there yet. Now he's doing so, getting a walker and a depth upgrade. But yeah, the bears will be there soon. I think HoT should not engage yet. HoT should just stay close and try and stop Grubby from getting anything done. And looks like Grubby, yeah, realizes that the clock is ticking and that he needs to get as big a hero advantage as he can before, yeah, the really serious units are arriving. But the first bear is already here, and it is Master already. Rejuvenation is coming in onto the Demon Hunter. The Raider, the most vulnerable target on the side of the Orc, gets focused here, and that's going to be the first kill. At the same time, Staff has been used here for the first time, almost around on the Keeper, but he barely squeezes out. Looks like one of the hunts might be dying here to the creeps, but the Shadow Hunter is in trouble. Entangle, and Grubby's passing the town portal, has to use it, but that was, yeah, the first serious engagement here, and it looks like HoT clearly came out on top. The hunts at this point aren't really significant anymore, so the fact that he lost one shouldn't bother him, but Grubby lost the Raider, his first Raider, which was, yeah, quite the important unit, and his town portal. And on top of things, HoT has picked up his first bunch of experience. So now let's see, is he just gonna keep up the pressure, which I guess would be the expected choice here. Perhaps creep 1 or 2 camps, but yeah, then, as I said, he needs to keep up the pressure, because if he doesn't, then Grubby will just get a formidable army with bunch of walkers, a bunch of colos, and then things should get pretty dicey for the Night Elf. But yeah, HoT, he's not even creeping a single camp. He's just gotten the orb in the meantime, and he's just going at it again with level 1 and 1 heroes. So it looks like he's happy as long as Grubby's heroes aren't all too strong. Grubby's just waiting inside of his own base, so he didn't even dare going out, creeping another camp. So 50 supply for the Orc, 45 for the Night Elf, who invested into his tier 3 additionally, also invested a lot into items like the Staff and the Orb of Venom, so it's not to be unexpected that there's a tiny bit of a supply lead perhaps for the Orc. And it looks like Grubby is moving out again. 1 Walker, 2 Raiders, an Invo Potion on the Blade Master. He's kept a Talisman, which I think is pretty wise, given that he's going to be in the front lines, and against bears there's always some quick focus fire possible. First Kodo has been finished in the meantime as well. Looks like both of them just staying in touch for the time being. Neither of them really willing to creep anything for the time being. Let's see. No 60 supply Moonwells being built for HoT. What's he getting here? Maybe just getting the Wisp ready to do some reveal at night. And Grubby, he's getting another burrow. He's getting a defense upgrade as well, just to have those grunts be a little bit more sustainable against the looming threat of those bears, which, pack quite a punch. The Flute of Accuracy, I think he should probably keep it, as his walkers will provide quite a bit of damage output against the heavy armored bears here. In the meantime, what did HoT find? Well, whatever it was, he sold it, so could not have been all too great. Quick reveal being used, and now he's going straight for the red camp. Grubby continues creeping as well. So it looks like both of the players are just fine with creeping a little bit right now. HoT is preparing to break as well. Let's see, upgrade wise, he's getting a defense upgrade, so he's gonna be on 1-1 soon. The drop here is a Staff of Silence, a very welcome item drop, certainly. Level 3-3 for the Orc. Big heal potion, also pretty good in those games against bears, where the Blade Master is likely to be targeted eventually. 2 Speed Scrolls as well on the Blade Master, I guess. Okay, a Town Portal actually even bought, so let's see if we'll see some base attack by Grubby eventually. He's even got a 3rd Speed Scroll on his Shadow Hunter, so I guess that's gonna be enough Speed Scrolls for the upcoming 1-2 fights. He's selling something here. Let's see what the drop's gonna be. The Blade Master is completely out of position with the Town Portal though. Looks like he didn't realize that the Night Elf army was heading towards his base. HoT does have a Town Portal. I don't think he's planning to go for a full engagement here. The Blade Master is now coming in. Heal Scroll has been bought onto the Shadow Hunter. The shop has been taken down first. It looks like 1 burrow is gonna fall as well, but that's gonna be it. Let's see if Grubby's Kodos are gonna be able to eat anything. Yes, he's eating 1 bear just before the Town Portal comes through on the side of HoT. And let's see if the Kodo Beast is gonna join the army here. No, it looks like he's gonna keep that one in the back of his base. Not willing to reveal to his opponent where he is. The shop is gonna be rebuilt here as soon as these guys make room. And as we can see, HoT right now has the vision of Grubby's base, but all he does see is that there's a burrow being rebuilt, and he does not know about where Grubby is heading right now. Let's see, the Blade Master heading out once again as well. Doesn't have any more mana for another Windwalk, so he needs to be a little bit careful. And it looks like Grubby wanted to go for some creeping here, but he's forced to turn around as he sees the Night Elf approaching again. But HoT getting getting some items first. New Heal Scroll and an Invis Potion on the Demon Hunter. So it looks like he was anticipating Grubby to creep here, and it looks like Grubby was planning to do so, but sorry, the recording just had a little hiccup there, just before the big fight. Grubby dispelling here, trying to get rid of the invisible Demon Hunter, but he's still able to land the first mana burn onto the Shadow Hunter here for free, who immediately drops down to 150 mana. Invo Potion used by the Demon Hunter right now, trying to go for another mana burn on the Shadow Hunter, and he lands it, so that one's gonna be out of mana. The bears in a decent position here. The first one is about to drop. The Kodo Beast, well, the 1 Kodo Beast that Grubby brought to the fight has eaten now, but it's about to be picked off, and then there's not gonna be any more damage boost. Let's see how long the Orc player is going to be able to sustain this fight, because everything seems to be dropping low. He doesn't have a heat score anymore, and I think he might be running into trouble here if this goes on for much longer. The Spirit Walkers still have a little bit of health left to tank, and at the same time HoT starts to lose a couple of bears as well, but I think it's still looking a lot better for the Night Elf play here. Grubby trying to rescue a couple of his low HP units. 2 more bears are about to fall, but I guess that's gonna be, well, only one of those is actually falling, but that's gonna be all that Grubby's gonna be able to achieve in this fight, and he has to buy another town portal. One more walker gets picked off by a mana burn, and that was a very, very good fight for HoT. Grubby not getting, well into that one at all. Demon Hunter immediately able to burn the SH out of mana. The bears, in a very good position there. And also very interestingly, Grubby trying to go for the red camp here very quickly. HoT anticipating it. Buying the Invis potion. Grubby realizing it though with a Blade Master and turning around and trying to go for the creep check on his own. And in turn HoT realizing that and turning around and getting a good fight here. But now Grubby is definitely on the ropes. Second item from the red camps is a spell shield here. Well, I don't think at this point stopping Hex is game deciding. By the way, Grubby sold the Flute of Accuracy, so I guess he's not of the opinion that it's worth, I think, the 200 gold to get some additional damage from those walkers and the Kodos and the SH. And HoT immediately is adding an expansion, and there's no reason not to. Looks like Grubby is trying to go for some hit and run here, but he only has 1 Raider left, so that's really nothing that HoT needs to be afraid of. Well, if another creep check comes in here, then there's already a chance that could be game ending. Let's see if Grubby's going to be able to steal the Rock Golem here. No, he isn't. He's able to grab the Slippers of Agility. Not the Scroll of the Beast though. And some more experience for the Night Elf. And Grubby has to go very, very far on the outskirts of the map to get some further experience. He's a bit behind right now. Kodo is joining, I mean in terms of experience, in terms of, well, army size and soon economy, he's going to be a lot further behind. Sobi Mask for the SH, that's going to be quite a pleasant item drop for the Orc. But look at the number of bears here. That is really, really scary.
Our sacred grove is being desecrated.
Now Grubby has found a Tree of Life, and I guess HoT is going to have to town portal there. He's gathering his forces, and he's coming in for the TP. I'm assuming very aggressively, no reason not to do so. Let's see if an Entangle is going to hit. I guess Disenchant needs to be cast immediately, and that's exactly what's happening. Does he have another Speed Scroll? Yes, but he used it, well, only on parts of his army. But with the Keeper out of position, it looks like Grubby is going to be able to run for the time being. But Kodo, of course, is the weak link in this army when it comes to speed. So he's just trying to dance around a little bit, trying to get that one into safety. But he's a long way from home. And the Keeper is just waiting to throw another Entangle onto one of the units. And the Kodo Beast is going to be hit by that. Disenchant is coming in, not hitting the Kodo, only hitting the Roar from the Bears. First Walker is about to fall in. Grubby looks like he rebought the town portal at the shop. Does get out of there with 1 additional loss. Kill the bear in return though as well. So he's hanging in there for now. But the issue is that this expansion is going to make things a lot harder for him the longer the game goes. So Grubby is going to need some miracle comeback here if he wants to come out on top in this first map of these finals. Going into low upkeep right now. 53 supply against 63 already though. Let's see, no further upgrades here for HoT. I feel like he would have the opportunity to get those. He's got a lot of lumber. Gonna have a lot of gold here. But looks like he's got different priorities. Invo Potion on the Demon Hunter, no town portal. So maybe with some hit and runs there could be a bit of a chance. But HoT is just staying around here. I'm pretty sure he is. He's got vision of this army, so Grubby's not going to be able to surprise him here. It looks like he's just going to go for one last big all-in push against his expansion. If this doesn't work, then he's obviously lost. So he needs to make this happen somehow. With, let's see, inferior heroes, inferior army size, inferiorly teched army, I guess you could call it. And yeah, here we go. Raw used immediately, the Raiders on the front taking such a beating. At the same time, the Wisps coming in, Shadowhunter out of mana. He does have a mana potion, but I guess that's only going to amount to one heal wave because the mana bond should be coming in soon. The Blade Master at the same time also taking a lot of heat. Hex actually used onto the Demon Hunter just to get rid of that mana before the mana burn comes in. A couple of bears are running quite low on HP here, but yeah, Grubby just has nothing left to tank here. And the Demon Hunter together with like 2-3 bears can basically clean that up on his own. The next Kodo Beast gets killed. And there's only one last one standing, and that's going to be one more bear on the field as soon as that one falls. But perhaps the Shadow Hunter is going to be falling first. And that's exactly what happens here. Grubby falling apart in the end fight, which, you know, in which he didn't really have a chance to begin with. I think it turned out that Grubby in the beginning really took a lot of damage economically when he had to pull the Peons a couple times into the burrows, when he had to pull the Peons to repair the shop, etc. And his beastry was a bit delayed because the Demon Hunter was just able to roam around in front of his main base, basically until the Shadow Hunter came out. And his Spirit Lodge was just so late. He had a Walker production also so late, just due to that and the XP advantage that he had with level 2-2 against level 1-1 when there was the fight near Grubby's Null camp. Just didn't turn out to be enough. HoT playing a good game here, especially of course the fight at the Goblin Merchant on the left hand side was deciding, and afterwards, you know, with like, I don't know, 15 supply advantage, it was just an easy game for HoT, getting the expansion up and just finishing the game calmly. And that puts Grubby in trouble immediately as these finals begin. And the next map is going to be Nullwood.